All right. Hello, world. Today we are going to be making a top five. There we go. Top five breakfast foods video. Uh, that is Cody.
And that's Kyle. And so what we're gonna do to get started, like we do any draft, is we're gonna have a coin toss. And since Kyle has the coin, he's gonna toss it, and I'm gonna call it, and I'll go with tails never fails. So let's see.
Ah, got it. Let's see. Sorry. What do you got? Tails.
Tails. All right, cool. So I'm first. Um, I think we actually knew where this was going to go, kind of regardless of who got first pick, because I'm going with the country fried steak. And I think we both have the same idea around this dish is that it's so good, but I really do not enjoy making it at home. And it's just a whole process with the eggs and the dredging and the flour and the everything that you have to do to get a good crispy piece of chicken.
You've actually made it. I've never made chicken fried steak at home.
Um, Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I have.
You think?
I don't,
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
I have.
Sorry, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, but like,
No, and so actually, it's funny is I go to the Irish pub a lot, and I just went there like yesterday, and I got the chicken fried steak because that's what I felt like eating.
I mean, like I said, it's basically like if you go anywhere and you're like, if you're going anywhere for breakfast and you're like, I've never been here before. Oh, country fried steak's on the menu. Guess I'll get that.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It's actually a good staple go to at pretty much any breakfast place.
Yeah, and with that extensive cooking process, it's not like you need a really good steak
No,
for that to be a good meal.
right, and that's typically what they do is the quality of steak is not very high for a country fried steak. I mean, you can use a good flank steak, things like that, but like you're not gonna see a country fried ribeye.
Yeah. And you just said good flank steak. It's like that's like the lowest. Yeah.
Right, right. So, anyways, all right, your first pick. Go ahead.
So my first pick, and like I think this will be obvious for you because you know me, the eggs Benedict.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get the eggs Benedict, and the thing about eggs Benedict is like it gets every breakfast place that like takes themselves seriously generally has their like own version of it. And
Right.
yeah, like often you'll see like instead of the ham, it'll be a breakfast sausage patty.
Yeah. Right.
And gravy
Yeah.
instead of hollandaise. So you generally or like dude, some of the best versions are like salmon. I've seen salmon ones where they use salmon as the protein, and
Right.
that with the poached egg and all that, it's just amazing.
I was going to say that specifically, salmon Benedict is one of the better ways to get creative with it. You said gravy in there at some point instead of hollandaise, and if you're switching that out, then that's not an eggs Benedict anymore.
No,
So that's just a different dish.
yeah,
But this is my thing about good eggs Benny, and especially this is what I'm saying: a good piece of salmon, a great English muffin, a good poached egg, and a good hollandaise sauce. That's a great Benedict right there.
yeah, and that's literally just a salmon Benedict.
Yep. Right. And I will say this too, and I got this the other day when she asked what I wanted for my toast. I was like, can I have an English muffin instead? I love English muffins. They're awesome. So
Yeah.
yeah. All
So
right.
before you go on to your next pick, I do want to say that there is a breakfast place called Snooze. I know everybody's heard of it.
Yeah.
They do a salmon Benedict that is
Yeah.
just like what you said, but the one thing that they add to it is spinach, or sometimes I've seen arugula. And that basically just adds, like your leafy green element, which is always, it's just
Yeah.
really tops it.
I like the idea of arugula because arugula is kind of like peppery as well.
The
Yeah, so,
flavor. Yeah.
um,
All right. So round two.
all right, second pick, I would have to go shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so how
let
is
me
that?
go. Let me go. What?
How is that a breakfast food?
I thought we looked it up the other day and it was listed as a breakfast.
Oh, it is. I thought that's what you were going to want to talk about. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I eat it for breakfast frequently, and this is the other thing that I was gonna say is I go to that Irish pub.
Yeah.
They do a really good shepherd's pie, and they serve it with a blueberry scone. And this scone is like warm and fluffy and perfect, and the shepherd's pie is like rich and savory and like it's just the perfect breakfast in my opinion. I just absolutely love it.
I would actually be curious as to how many people do order that for breakfast as opposed to like lunch or dinner. Because, like, honestly,
Mhm.
I mean, it's probably just a thing that they serve all day, every day.
Right. Yeah, it
The
is.
fact that it comes with a blueberry scone, that like makes you, it's like, wait, are you trying to make it into a breakfast? Because once
And
again, I'm not. Yeah, we did look it up, and it is a traditional English breakfast food.
right.
Which
And
I just didn't know, and I don't think a lot of people do.
and sweet and savory for breakfast is something that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And the you honestly would never expect it, but the scone goes so well with the shepherd's pie.
Well, I can believe that entirely because like when I think of having a shepherd's pie for like dinner as a dinner dish, I would probably want some sort of side bread with it.
Right. Yeah.
like a soda bread, which is sounds weird.
That sounds great. Yeah.
But or like this might sound weird. Like a cornbread might actually be good with the shepherd's pie. Like
Yeah, I agree.
like that scone, kind of a
Yeah.
sweet pastry thing with your
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, your turn. Go.
All right, so off the list is the steak, the Benny, and your shepherd's pie. So my second pick will have to be chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
And that's just piggybacking off the sweet and savory thing. Especially like if you can get like a spicy or chicken, like dude, if you could do a Nashville chicken with waffles, that would be amazing.
Yeah. And here's my
chicken better.
I always opt for honey as a sweetener as well, and so that's something that I
Yeah.
come back to. And like Nashville hot chicken with honey and waffles, like yeah, that's what.
That sounds like dynamite pair. And you just literally have three things, and it's like so many amazing flavors. Like, yeah. So chicken and waffles is a pretty standard.
Yeah, that one's easy.
Pretty easy second pick.
Yep. So next, and this is I like our list because we have like some fun kind of like random ones. And then we have like your traditional ones like French toast and crepes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Chicken fried steak.
But this one I'm gonna have to go with next is the chilaquiles.
Oh, okay. I was like, I hope he doesn't take the one out.
So the chilaquiles is something that has a little bit of the sentimental value for me as well because mom has made it for me several times. It is a traditional Mexican dish, and she learned how to make it while living in Mexico. So it's definitely something I very, very much enjoy. Have not made it personally. More than I think I've made it once. But honestly, mom's made it for me several times, and I just love it so much every time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I mean, we talked about how it's basically like a taco salad.
Yeah,
But a taco salad with eggs and like
it's like chips. Yeah, it's like chips with egg.
it really is just like so delightful. And like as a breakfast food, you're just like eating it and you're like, this is the best thing I've ever had. Like
And just like doing anything to make it a little bit of spicy. So adding some chili somewhere, and then also the
or just
adding like,
hot sauce on it. Yeah.
but you can also do the opposite, or like you have that cooling effect as well because you can add some Mexican crema,
Yeah.
and like that,
Or
that's
cotija.
really, yeah, or yeah, that would be good too.
I think actually you're supposed to put cotija in chilaquil. I'm pretty sure that's a staple ingredient.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, love cotija.
All right, your turn.
Okay. And this is once again just like an easy pick for me, Bananas Foster.
Van Foster.
It's like we put that on there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I told you about this. There's this place called the Boozy Breakfast. And it's literally called the Boozy Breakfast. So it's here like in Scottsdale. Super nice place, real, Scottsdale vibes. But they do Bananas Foster skewers, and it's
Oh
insane.
yeah.
So they slice the bananas, and then they have these little tiny baby pancakes, and they crisscross those on a skewer, and then cover it in a whiskey sauce. And it's just like the most amazing thing ever. Banana Foster's skewers. So
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds next level. I would absolutely just crush several of those skewers.
it was
Probably.
actually hard not to make that the first. Like that, the fact that that is in third place is,
Yeah. All right. So I am going to go with another kind of left field one, because I just absolutely love this dish. I want to make it. And honestly, I want to make a video out of it because it is I think, it's aesthetically pleasing sandwich as well, if built correctly. And that's the Monte Cristo.
Yeah, I knew you. Yeah.
Right. You knew where I was going with
No,
that.
this is once again like how did it make it to third?
And also, no, this is my fourth pick. But anyways,
Fourth round.
the Monte Cristo is another perfect example of sweet and savory. Like it should have a good jam on it, and it should be coming on some kind of good bread or pastry. We actually serve it on a croissant at my new job. Yeah, it looks pretty good. But yeah, and then you have the ham and the cheese and the meltiness that goes with the jam sweetness. It's just all so good.
The thing that blew my mind is when like I learned about Monte Cristo a lot
Yeah.
to you was the fact that they are battered and fried like French toast, and it's like what that's so I actually I kind of want to ask you like I feel like you could do a lot with your Monte Cristo by messing with the batter, like adding like paprika
Or cinnamon.
I was trying. Yeah, cinnamon's like kind of
The obvious one.
obvious go to because of the batter being similar to French toast. But yeah, so cheers. So going into my fourth pick. Sorry, I got to look at your board here. Dude, world's getting a nice view of my bad skin. Thank you. That helps.
We got hash left. We got French toast, biscuits, and gravy.
Yeah. Okay. So my next one will be biscuits and gravy.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. That one, dude. Well, and like it does kind of hold a nostalgic thing because like
John.
John made the best biscuits, and like that's what's so funny is like it's also just a simple thing, but not.
Yep.
Making really good biscuits from scratch.
Crazy.
Shit, I commend the hell out of you if you're able to do that. And even more if you're able to make your own sausage country gravy. Like if you can do like seriously, you do those
And
things and you are like next level chef. Like as
And-
far as I'm concerned, the test of a true like really skilled chef could be in how well they are able to do biscuits and gravy.
yeah, I like that. And my thing about it also is it's one of the dishes that I remember cast iron cooking in.
Yeah,
Like John,
you could make the biscuits and yeah, you can do it all.
yeah, you make, and so anyways, that's the thing, is like the cast iron is something I use a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that's because of watching John. And that's my thing, is like, dude, I can use it for everything, and I do. I literally use it for everything.
I'm
I mean,
jealous.
mac and cheese in
Have
it.
one. I mean, dude, I don't have a measuring cup. Like, yeah. So, yeah. All right. So round 5.
Yeah, my last pick. Um, since you took biscuits and gravy, this is my thing. Is I feel like this one I'm gonna go with as my next pick, but I get this as a side, like, and I eat a bunch of it. Don't get me wrong. When I go to the breakfast buffet at the Irish pub, I get a big piece of shepherd's pie, their breakfast potatoes, and a huge serving of their corned beef hash.
Yeah.
And I eat all of it. And that's my thing, is the corned beef hash is just what you want it to be. The little chunks of potatoes, the saltiness from the corned beef, and yeah, it's just perfect. So
So wouldn't it be a complete breakfast if you just got that, eggs, and wait, would you need like and toast or and like some kind of bread? Like that seems like pretty complete breakfast. But once again, you're like mentioning it as a side, and I don't,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I've never really thought of it as a side, but like I can see the argument entirely. Like you just made a very good argument for it being served as more of a side. Yeah.
yeah,
Even though
yeah,
I generally thought of it more as like the main staple. Like when they say on MasterChef, like what is the star of the dish? Star of the dish generally when you are eating corned beef hash is the corned beef hash.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it can be. I don't disagree with that entirely.
Yeah, yeah. So and once again, that's why like bacon's not on the list because
Right, and
the entire
breakfast
everybody
potatoes.
loves bacon.
Right, and breakfast potatoes isn't on the list. Like,
Hash browns aren't on
yeah,
there.
hash browns are not right. So
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe but then why'd you pick it, bro? No, just joking.
because I love it so much.
Exactly. Okay.
Right.
So my last pick, I definitely have to go with French toast. Yeah.
Yes, I knew it.
Yeah. I've just gotten, you know this. I've gotten used to making it for the kids.
Oh, right, right.
Like I make it for them. Like they almost expect it every weekend, like that we're gonna have French toast. So I've made loaves and loaves. I did
Right.
cook like an entire loaf, like that because there's 3 of them, and like I'll make a piece or two for myself. That's an entire loaf of bread.
Right, exactly. Just go
Yeah.
through a loaf of bread. Right.
Yeah, and half a
Well,
dozen eggs.
that's not bad though, because bread's not terribly expensive, so that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can get some. We get well, and like, dude, brioche French toast.
Oh man.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I guess for some like honorable mentions, we have to talk about bacon. Um,
And you said chorizo.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think chorizo is it's an acquired taste. Not even that. Like most people like it, but
I
some
like it
people
more than
like
you.
it.
I think we
Yeah.
can safely say
Yeah.
that.
No, I was gonna say there are people who like it, and then there are people who really like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I
like
really like chorizo. Yeah,
I like chorizo, like chorizo and eggs. That's a great breakfast.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
like if you're gonna give me a breakfast burrito, what do I want in it? Bacon, sausage, or chorizo? I want goddamn chorizo. Yeah.
I want all three.
Well, okay, fair enough.
All right. Well, that's our breakfast list. We did it. I chose some weird ones like chilaquiles and Monte Cristo. Um, but that's why I put them on the list is because I love those dishes so much, and I knew I would pick them early. So
Yeah, and like what's really funny is like corned beef hash was my idea, and
yeah,
we were willing to put it on this list.
and I picked
We
it.
talked
Yeah,
about like bacon and like how like awesome it is, but it probably shouldn't be on this list.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Good.
everybody always remember knowledge is power and have a good day.